right. So, really, really exciting news coming out of SeaWorld Orlando. This is from Inside the Magic. It seems like that there's possible new roller coaster coming there. This project will open in 2023 and be a Bulgier Mabiard, B&M, for people who don't speak Swiss like I don't, like Kraken and Manta and Mako. Since SeaWorld was so secretive about this new project, many rumors surrounded the coaster, like its name and mechanics, commenting on whether it would be standing or a sit-down coaster. There's a video that shows that it will be a standing coaster, which makes sense considering the coaster will be themed to a surfing experience. This is the rumored surf coaster that I guess B&M copyrighted the name surf coaster in the United States. The video states that High Surf, this video they're referring to, by the way, is a video teaser that was released by SeaWorld Orlando last week. High Surf will be at SeaWorld Orlando's 7th coaster, and it will be the first of its kind. At the moment, it's unclear whether first of its kind refers to, as it could imply that it was the first launch standing coaster, or just be referring to B&M's new model of coasters. So, interesting story. Not so much the coaster. The coaster is interesting, but SeaWorld 10 years ago was a marine park. SeaWorld is trying to readjust themselves as a thrill park. How do you think they're doing with that, Don?
I think, from my experience going to the park, they've done a nice job with it. Their attractions that they put out are well themed. This looks, I thought they did a really nice job with the teaser, video. Got a lot of conversation going with that. The stand-up, version of this. I mean, it makes sense being a surf type theme to it. So, excited to see what this ends up being.
Yeah, I am too. I really do love SeaWorld Orlando. I haven't been to the other SeaWorld properties, but I really want to make it out there. You mentioned everything's well themed, and it really is. Even their B&M Hypercoaster, Mako. Have you been on that yet?
I
Yeah,
have.
isn't it really neat how when it goes out of the station, how it has Mako sharks swimming above you, and it makes, even when the train goes by, when you're on the midway, it does like a sound effect. I think that's so cool, and I think that SeaWorld is terribly underrated for what they've accomplished over the past 10 years or so. And God, I hope this coaster goes well for them, because what a great park. Really, really highly.
Like I said, the teaser video, it looked good, and I look forward to hearing more about it.
Yeah, so I mean, and when it comes down to teasers, some parks do stuff in park, and they chose to do a video. Do you think that they did a video because their reach is more regional to nationwide than it is local?
I don't think there's any, set way that you have to do something. Everybody's got their own ideas on what to do, and you know, because they are, like you said, they're not, going to attract, as many locals. It's going to be more of that, tourists coming there. You have a broader reach through social than, if you tried to put some things around your park. The conversation's going to start off a little stronger that way. In other parks, if you're more of a park that's drawing from 60, 70 miles away, for a higher percentage of your guests, yeah, you probably want to do some more things in park to get that conversation going. But everybody's going to have a different approach to what they want to do, and the tools are out there to be able to do it in a variety of different ways now, through social media, your app, your website, earned media, whatever you want to do in park.
Yeah, I completely agree. And the thing that came to mind is that, in the day and age of social media, had they done something in park, it probably would have been as impactful as a video. So this was probably an absolute decision by the fine people at
Mhm.
SeaWorld. I mean, if you think about it, in 1985, if you ran a park and you put a teaser in the park, it would probably go as far as the park. Maybe news if you're good, but it's going to go as far as the park. So that would be distinctly, or like purposely narrowing it almost, like as in you only want people coming to the park to know about it for one reason or another. Um, but releasing a video to the media would be the tantamount thing with this. But in today's world, they're really kind of equivalent to each other. You can release a video, or I guarantee you that if they put something in the park of a surfer dude or whatever, that would have made every station, so it would have been just as good. But yeah, yes, hats off to them. I'm really excited for the announcement. I really don't have any idea when it's going to be. I really haven't heard any speculation. I would guess it would probably be towards the end of the summer. When they're coming out of
Usually in the
peak.
summer.
Yeah, because if they open it in 2023, they would probably open it in March or so, going into spring break, I would guess.
Yeah, and when you're a year-round park, you can drag it out a little bit longer, with your teaser campaigns, and and be a little bit, later in terms of revealing everything about it and setting dates for when it's going to open. When you're more of a seasonal park, you have to be a little bit more timely with what you're doing with that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just trying to work backward from the fact that they made the first teaser now. I know that, obviously with Iron Gwazi and with Icebreaker, the timelines were way out of whack because of COVID. But I would presume that most rides would probably open in time for spring break to attempt to lure that audience. Um, so assuming they're going to open it by then, which is, I mean, they're doing construction, so it's entirely possible. Yeah, I would say, I mean, maybe they would even make an announcement before December, like maybe November, so they can get annual pass sales as part of a holiday push. I don't know. I guess we'll have to see, and we'll have to circle back to this once the announcement's made. But how exciting for SeaWorld Orlando. Great park. I can't wait. When we go to IAPA, we'll have to go to SeaWorld. I was just talking about that earlier. So yeah. So speaking of travel, so Don, gas prices are $5 a gallon here.